What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sean Black, aka DFS 5050. You can check me out on Instagram at instagram.com/DFS 5050. On that page, I will be showing my results from the previous night or the same night. As soon as the tournaments end and things of that nature. And as well, you can check out DFS Portfolio on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Facebook Portfolio or DFS 5050 as well. What I wanted to show you guys was basically the results that I had from last night's opening night in NHL. One of the first things I want to mention is that I am not an expert. I don't play NHL much, but this year I wanted to try something different. I wanted to see if I can build my bankroll playing NHL and just utilizing Daily Fantasy Nerds lineup optimizer. And for what I've encountered yesterday was some really cool things. But most importantly, what I wanted to show you guys was that the score, what you're seeing in front of you right now, let me pull up these lineups here. These scores that you're seeing right now, the lowest one being 39 and the highest one being 47. Those were good for double ups, and they also cashed pretty well in the tournaments. What I did was basically I wanted to start small because I wanted to gain more confidence in this particular aspect of the lineup optimizer for NHL as opposed to NFL, which I'm more versed on. So what I really wanted to do most importantly was just understand why the optimizer was picking certain players and things of that nature. But for the most part, the highest score out of all these were the 47.3. For a lot of people who are hockey experts, I'm pretty sure y'all ate pretty well off of Matthews, the rookie from the Maple Leafs. He went ham yesterday and he did his thing. But nonetheless, this particular lineup right here gave me 47.3 fantasy points. And on the optimizer, it was projected to score 31.8. So it not only did it exceed expectations, but it also cashed in a GPP and also cashed very well in the double ups. That score actually had me in 58th place for a $1 double up. And as you can see, I went through some of the other players here. And I did pretty well. I wasn't expecting much. I was thinking at least I would cash in the double ups. And if I would have played this in the 50-50s, I believe that I would have killed all 50-50s no matter what the score was, because I think from what I'm noticing when I was doing some research, the minimal score on Draftkings to score on a 50-50, I believe, is about 31 to 35 fantasy points. And as you can see here, I played just double ups and tournaments. So one of the things that I wanted to show you guys, or one of the things I wanted to point out, most importantly, were a couple of things here. The GPP minimum score was 40.8 fantasy points, and then the double up minimum score was 39.70. On Fanduel, the minimum score for 50-50 was 162.60, and for a GPP was 172.10. Okay, so again, this lineup right here, 31.8 was projected, and it gave me 47.3 fantasy points. Okay. And honestly, guys, the only thing I did was I checked out DFS Army's NHL articles by Spo Weezy. And, I just saw, some things that he was mentioning in there. And what I did most importantly was 15 minutes before a lineup lock, I went ahead and just generated the lineups. And the reason being is because I want to make sure that the people who were supposed to start were starting, and that, you know, I didn't come across anybody who was going to be a late scratch. And the beautiful thing about DraftKings is that you can do late swaps, and if you catch it within the, you know, before lineup lock, you're able to, you know, make your adjustments and switch out your players accordingly. My main focus is really not to put so much effort into creating multiple lineups. I just want to create no more than, you know, 3 to 5 lineups. But for what I've received here on a Daily Fantasy Nerd, I mean, I'm very happy with it considering it was opening night. And then also, if I was to use this lineup right here on Fanduel, which I did not use, I just went off, you know, my general knowledge of what I was reading on the article by DFS Army. If I would have just used this lineup, though, however, this lineup right here generated 176 fantasy points, which would not only have been good for GPP, but it would have killed cash, i.e. double ups and 50-50s. And I'm pretty sure a decent amount of the head-to-head contest too as well. So going forward, what I'm going to do personally is basically, you know, reserve my places in the entries, you know, for both FanDuel and DraftKings. And then basically when it comes about 15 minutes, you know, 30 to 15, you know, 15 to 30 minutes before lineup lock, I'm going to, you know, generate the lineups based on the optimizer. And if I have any late breaking news that I'm getting from some of the beat writers, you know, I may or may not factor those in depending on, you know, what's being said. But some cool things that I was noticing that I was reading up on, and this is just really for people who never played NHL before, but just something for you to look into when you're deciding to use this as your #1 lineup optimizer, which basically this is what I'm using for everything, you know, from NBA to NFL to MLB to, you know, now hockey. The goalies on both sites are similar to pitchers. And you know, when the winning goalie wins, they also get extra additional points. One of the things that I noticed, especially in GPPs, was that, or the grand prize tournament pools, the top scorers had the two-man couplets or two-man pairs. So you know, 2 of the top performers on each team, or you know, maybe one chalk and one value guy that were paired together, and they basically, you know, between the 2 of them, they were, you know, generating a decent amount of fantasy points there. You know, Vegas does play a role in the flow of the game and the offense of each team. So, you know, definitely look into Vegas, look into what they're saying, and you'll see for yourself, you know, what's going on with that. Cool thing about 2 games in particular, if I scroll down, the Toronto and the Ottawa game, they actually went over in the over under, as well as the CGY and EDM game, they went over, and then of course this game, the LA and SJ game, they went under. So going forward, I'm definitely going to be looking at the over-unders heavily in these games, and also that'll be my main focal target. But most importantly, you know, I'll be utilizing the lineup optimizer to really generate those lineups for me. Another cool thing that I wanted to show you guys as well is I went ahead, if you're using Chrome, be sure to, or not Chrome, but if you're a tool that I've been using that I'm just starting now to use is RotoGrinders DFS Analyzer. I'm not sure if they're going to be running this for free very long, or if they're going to use that as a subscription. But for right now, one of the things that I wanted to see was, or moving forward, what I wanted to show you guys is how the bankroll is growing, and then analyzing what's working for me and what's not working for me. So far, I have a positive ROI. And basically what I wanted to do is basically, as I'm doing these review videos, I want to show you where I'm at specifically with NHL. Excuse me. And so basically, this is one of the things that I'm going to be doing to gauge exactly how profitable I am with the lineup optimizer and seeing if I need to make any changes. But for right now, out of the tournaments, I've cashed in the majority share of my tournaments, and I've cashed in all of my double ups. And so I'm definitely going to be incorporating 50-50s and definitely probably going to be investing a little bit more just to make sure that, people understand, hey, listen, whatever amount you decide to invest, if you just use the optimizer, the basic aspect of the optimizer without doing anything extra, you can, potentially, not only make money, but you'll end up winning more than you will lose, because it was pretty straightforward and everything like that. So that's basically all I wanted to show you guys today. These are my wins. I put in about 5 lineups, and every single lineup cast except for one in the quarter arcade. Again, I just want to slow roll and get used to the system. And for anybody that's using the system for the first time, don't go super hard in your bankroll, especially if you're just trying to get used to the system. It worked out for me. And, I'm not expecting every night to be a winning night, but I do expect to have more winning nights than losing nights. And of course, I want this particular trend here to keep moving upward. Okay. Again, I'm going to be showing you my results, and I'm excited for this particular NHL season. This is my first official NHL season. So I want to just kind of share this journey with you guys. And for those who are interested in joining Daily Fantasy Nerd, I highly recommend it. Again, this is the same optimizer that has helped me win over $1,000 at MLB last season, or this current season that's ending now. That's, it's in the World Series, and I'm looking forward to winning in NHL, and of course NBA is coming soon. And then later on, maybe in the next couple of days, I'll be showing you guys some things regarding NFL Week 6. Very excited about Week 6. Just trying to get some more information and listen to my preferred podcast and share with you guys some gems. All right, this is your boy Sean Black signing out, and make sure you check out this optimizer. Check it out. It's definitely worth a shot.